of both teams. The St. Patrick's Brass Band out in the middle of the field, creating a fantastic atmosphere here. And once again, I'm joined in the commentary box by our WLRFM GA correspondent Jim Landis. Jim, once again, a fantastic scene. Great to see the blue and white in the majority once again.
Oh yes, great to see the blue and white here. And it's quite evident throughout the ground that we have got numerical advantage again today. Also, subs are out there coming around.
And here come Waterford. Here come Waterford, led by the captain Tony Brown. A proud day for Tony, a proud day for Mount Sion, and a proud day for Waterford. We haven't won the under-21 title. We've reached the final in 74. Kilkenny denied us in 74, but hopefully Offaly won't do it today. The Waterford team, one personnel change, and minor star of 89, Paul Flynn, returns at top of the left. He was introduced the last day in the dying minutes, scored a fantastic goal, and Paul Flynn will wear the number 15. Right half forward Anthony Fitzgerald switches from the left, and corner forward the last day Kevin McGrath Colligan is out at left half forward line. A vote of confidence to the backline, who were superb the last day. That means Ray Barry once again in goal, Owen Dunphy at full back, centre half back Pat Fanning passed the late fitness test and is out taking the number 6 spot. Right half back captain from Mount Sion Tony Brown, and on the left Fergal Hatley. And here come Offaly, led by their dynamic wing back Brian Wheelahan. For Wheelahan, an historic day, for he captained the minor team in 89, and he will become the first man ever in the history of the GA to captain a minor and under-21 team. Offaly have a good support here today, but as we said earlier, Waterford are in the majority. Jim, the last day, the backs were tremendous for Waterford. Our forwards were very disappointing. Obviously, you're hoping for a much improved performance from the forwards, John Daly excluded, of course.
Yes, indeed. Well, the forwards were policed somewhat by a very, very resolute Offaly half-back line, full-back line as well. And it's a very, very strong sector, the Offaly half-back line. And I can see that if they're going to dominate the game again today, it's going to be very hard for us to get the scores. Now, I would hope that Waterford would have learned quite a bit from the draw the last day, and that they would break loose of the shackles of those backs. Now, exceptional, as you say, Brian Whelan, one of the great backs, one of the great hurlers of our time. Now, it will be interesting to see, of course, how Damien Byrne is going to perform, particularly back out here on right half back. And Damien is coming into the game to the exclusion of one of the players who were injured there the last time, took a knock, got a bad injury last day and isn't in the game today. So I would see with the reshuffling and with the placing of the Waterford team the way it is today, Kieran, that we're going to have a little more sharpness, a little more edge there. Kevin McGrath, of course, out in the half line, I think it's going to be an asset. Paul Flynn inside, corner forward. Paul is the type of player who can create space, and I know he's going to create space today. He's going to take a lot of the pressure off Growler Daly. Now, Sean Daly, the last day, as Growler is known to all of his friends, Sean the last day had an exceptionally good game. He took his chances as they came along. I can see him doing the same again today. Now, I would hope, Kieran, that we would get quality ball into the inside forward line today. And should our half-back line get on top, well then I think we're going to be on a winning run. Of course, the Offaly half-forwards the last day, they got their midfield 16 points, so that was a great score. They hadn't reached the goal the last day, so I suppose they will be looking to that today, that they're going to get a goal or two. And they're also saying that, well, we're not going to score 4 goals today. So it remains to be seen. But I also think that if Pat Fanning, who had a late fitness test, if Pat is on top of his game, and if his wing backs, and Tony Brown in particular, fantastic player, and Fergal Hartley. Fergal, of course, at the last day had an exceptionally good game holding Johnny Dooley, and if that ball can come in, if we can get quality ball in and get it in early, get it in fast, then I think we're in for a right game today. Now, picking off scores early, we've got to get the scores early to settle down, and that's going to be, I would say, a launching pad for us today, where we to get early scores.
Out in the middle of the field, the Waterford team have just had a photograph taken to a huge tumultuous roar of the crowd. Over on the far side, we had a huge crowd the last day. It's even bigger again today. Up on our left, on the town side, once again the blue and white, and the Portlaw support once again. We have a huge blue and white banner from Portlaw GA, and it's great to see the Portlaw people, indeed all of Waterford, here today in such huge numbers. The Offaly team are having their photograph taken, and as Jim said, Damien Byrne comes in at right half back. He played in the minor team of 89, had an outstanding game in the final. He takes the number 5 shirt. Full back again, Keenahan had a great game the last day. Centre half back is Rigney, and on the left Brian Wheelahan. Midfield for Offaly, once again Sean Oakbar scored 3 points from play the last day, but one would have to say himself and Michael Hogan were overshadowed by the Waterford pairing of Tom Fives and Johnny Brenner. Tom Fives had an outstanding game the last day, as did Johnny, and Johnny in the second half really came into his own, and we'll hope from the start today we'll see a lot of Johnny Brenner. The half-forward line, Johnny Dooley is at right half-forward. He scored 6 points the last day, has been their top scorer to date, scoring no less than 35 points in the Under-21 Championship. Centre half-forward is Greenan, and on the left, John Troy. Now, Offaly folk were very disappointed the last day at John Troy's performance, and obviously they'll be hoping for an improved performance. Again, he'll be marked by Tony Brown for Waterford. The full forward line, Neil Hann. Neil got 1 point the last day, but was dangerous every time a ball came near him. The referee is about going into the middle of the field. He's Willie Barrett of Tipperary. Willie Barrett refereed the Waterford Limerick Munster semi-final, and of course refereed the drawn game here 2 weeks ago. The brass band are out in the middle of the field, and we're about getting ready for the parade of the teams. Jim, Noel Dalton the last day, he was one of our top marksmen right throughout the championship, was held scoreless. Obviously we'll be hoping for a big improvement from Noel today.
Yes, we will be hoping for improvement from Noel, but of course that's a tribute to the backs, to the Offaly backs. Now those Offaly backs are exceptionally good players, but I would see Noel playing, if you like, a more roving role today, that he would slip away from his marker. He could maybe, link up with the outside forwards, Anthony Fitzgerald himself. I'm sure we'll be in and out there together and switching roles, as it were. But I would see Noel, and I can't see him going through 60 minutes of a game without scoring. Noel is an ace marksman of place balls as well, and if the one I thought the second half of the last day that we missed, and that's the one I felt that maybe had let the game slip away from us. But again, having said that, Noel, I'm really pinning my hopes on the likes of Noel and Kevin McGrath. Michael Hubbard, of course, it wasn't on the score sheet the last day, or Anthony Fitzgerald. Now those players, I would imagine, will be much sharper today. Now they've had a great workout, they've had great training in between for the past 2 weeks, and I think it's all on the day from today, and I think that things going right from, well, I think we could be on song.
The goalies the last day played a huge important role in the last day's game. Ray Barry was really tremendous, the passage goalkeeper, the character of the team. Ray was tremendous, as was Damien Franks in goal for Offaly. Obviously we'll be looking for a repeat performance from Ray Barry today.
Yes, well, Ray is an exceptionally good goalkeeper, and Ray is one of the actors as well on the team. He's one of those guys that inspires his backs out there, and he brings a bit of humour as well to the game. He's one of those guys, he's the Bruce Grobbler, I suppose, of soccer. That's the way I could only describe him there. And I mean, you have the likes of Owen Dunphy. Now, you did say a while ago there about Neil Hand the last day, that Neil he was very, very threatening, and he was, of course, and I thought he was taking Owen for a bit of a run around the last day. So I would hope that Owen would, tackle in on top of him and play him very, very close. And I would also hope as well that when the ball does come into the full back line, that they would get it out to the side, get it out fast. And it's all in that.
Well, the scene is set for what promised to be an outstanding Under-21 hurling final replay. The band are about ready for the parade, so we're going to take a break, and join us immediately after the break. I can't see with that there is. No, leave it there. Yeah, leave it there. Yes. Okay. Right, Jim.
Just hold it in the corner there. We will do.
How was it? Yeah, I was waiting for the ads, and he came straight. He actually he cut me under. Okay. All right. There's some crowd here, lad.
Can you see?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, do, yeah.
That's no way, Bill.
Can you hold it?
I'll tell you what, would you come inside us? Come back in here.
You come in, Outkin, you hold the mic.
You hold it.
Yeah, you come in.
Come back in behind us here. Yeah. There you are, Kim.
Pat, look.
I'll just press this.
Daddy.
Pat, you hold it. I can hold it.
Yeah, Jim hold it, be damn, Jim.
Yeah,
that's
I
better.
can
Jim is hold it. Huh?
I can hold it.
Huh?
They toss.
Yeah.
What side are we on?
I'm not sure yet. I missed the toss. Did any see the toss? No, Pat, I'm depending on you for the one.
Hold the toss.
I don't think they tossed yet today. They did, yeah. They did. The captain's row. Sean, did you see the toss?
Waterford playing into this end. No.
No.
No, sorry, Waterford playing into the top end, by the way they're parading.
Why did you say
By the way they're parading.
You want me to hold the watch, or do you want to?
You can just stand behind us here.
They're on the red break now.
Over there.
You hold it.
Out of the corner. Now.
Where's he going? Here. Look, that's my way. Look, no. Please.
Is that okay? Is that all right there? Yeah.
Could I hold it say over them down there?
Jim, you hold it.
Yeah.
Look, Jim will hold it because they all.
Leave it down.
Leave it down. There is, yeah. It's more across the field, Jim. Look at the flag up there.
Yeah.
It isn't going to. They're blowing this way. Across the field.
Waterford playing into the town goal.
In this year, and Tony Mansfield has done a great job. A great man behind the scenes is Tony. Experienced. Tony was in charge back in '74. He was beaten by a point. Today we're hoping to ratify that. Waterford will be defending the goal on our left, and Ray Barry will be right in front of the huge Waterford contingent. So all is about now ready for Ron Naveen. We have silence all over the ground, and we're about ready. We have a minute silence for before Ron Naveen, for one of the Kilkenny mentors of the county board, so we'll have a minute silence. Peter Power over on the far side. Peter Power still has men around him. The Offaly men have lined out. Up on our right here, Damien Franks is in goal. He's full line, half line, all in their position, but the Waterford team are still over around the middle of the field. Peter Power has his men. He's having the last few words with these men. They've put in a lot of hard work, a lot of nights training. He's been together right since last February, 3 nights a week early in the season, and first round win over, of course, Cork, the dramatic win down in Welsh Park. Then we went on to the Munster final, that great game in Thurles when Waterford snatched victory over the great Thurles, the minor, or Clare, or the minor champions back in '89. All-Ireland semi-final victory over Antrim. 2 weeks ago we came here. We were 2 points up in injury time, but Brian Whelan snatched victory. So all was said today. Peter is back again. His men are around him. Last few words from Peter. And what an occasion we have here. And now we're going to have our own Naveen. Peter Power still has his men huddled around. These team, the great committed bunch of lads out there, Jim, in the middle of the field. Peter, if anybody will have the spirit right, it will be Peter.
Yes, indeed, and Waterford playing into the town goal here as well, into the city end, should it be said. I see John Try down in front of us here, very, very nervous player. He's really eagerly looking forward to it. Tony Brown going over to shake hands with him there. Nice sporting gesture by all the players out there. Now we're getting ready out in the middle of the field. I see Niall Hand going over as well there to Owen Dunphy, and Kieran Gorman going back into his position. Now, of course, it all depends, Kieran, on getting the early scores here. I think that, you know, should we get an early grip of the game, should we get the score earlier on, well then, that's the kind of a settling effect we need. Willie Barron, of course, is waiting until the band goes off the field, waiting until the clock turns around, the 3:30, and which should be coming up very, very shortly. Calling the two midfielders, Tom Fives coming out in the field, and Tom is an exceptionally great player again, and I'm looking to forward to Tom having one of his great games again today. Something he's had all through the campaign. A fantastic Munster final he had, and also in the drawing game here, particularly in the second half. I thought, Kieran, that Johnny Brown himself really came into the game and they ousted the centre field pairing there for Offaly. So again, I suppose Offaly will have worked on that in the meantime. You had, of course, Sean O'Farrell, and you had Michael Hogan there, in the drawing game, really playing exceptionally well earlier on, but they were outplayed, I thought, in the second half.
Well, all is set out in the middle of the field. We said Tom Fives and Johnny Brenner, and at this stage we'd like to say Best wishes to Mossy Walsh, one of the Waterford great midfielders who's hospitalised in Dublin at the moment. The ball is in, the game is on. Goes to half-back line, centre half-back, Hugh Rigney for Offaly. He only gets as far as Waterford centre half-back, Pat Fanning. He needed confidence, he's got a long ball in around the middle square. Sean Daly pulls it, the ball breaks to Noel Dalton. Red helmet at Noel, the ball breaks to Paul Flynn. But it's cleared out by the Offaly defender. The ball's only come across right out here to the right half forward, Anthony Fitzgerald for Waterford, and he gives the ball in low. He's looking for Sean Daly, but the ball comes back out. Comes to Sean Daly on the second attempt. Sean Daly from very awkward angle takes his shot, and it goes right and wide. Yes, great pressure there from Waterford, Jim.
That was a let-off there for Offaly, because Sean, he went for the impossible, I thought there. He came out to the corner, he shot well, when maybe he would have been much wiser there to hit the ball out to the 40-yard mark and let one of the midfielders coming through snatch it up and put it over the bar.
Damien Franks with the puck out. He's pucking from the country end on our right, out in the middle of the field. Tom Fives is going for it, gets it on the ground. He boots it on his far as Michael Hubbard. Hubbard gets it out to the left to Kevin McGrath. First touch for the Collingham, and he gets it into the corner. Out comes Sean Daly, about 22 metres out, way over on the far side. Daly tries to get it, but he's blocked down by the Offaly full-back Keenan, but Keenan only gets it as far as his half-back Rigney sends a long clearance. Pat Fanning goes high, he only breaks his palm out to Fergal Hartley. Fergal had a great second half the last day. Fergal is a great, tremendous player. He's one of the best players we've seen at left half back for a long while. The Ballygunner man has fouled. It's a free out. He's going to leave it to Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning, left knee heavily strapped. He's red knee. He caused for concern all throughout the week for the Waterford mentors, but thankfully for everybody concerned, Pat Fanning is declared fit. A free from his own 40-metre line. Pat Fanning. Very little wind here in Nolan Park. Ideal conditions for what promised to be a great game. He sends it in high, he's lobbing in around the square. Daly goes up the ball and he breaks. Dalton gets a hand to it, but Damien Frank comes out and gathers on the second attempt. Way out to the left, Johnny Brenner is chased by Michael Hogan. Hogan and Johnny in stalemate there. Fergal Hartley comes out to support Johnny. Fergal Hartley tries to get a hand to it. So also too does Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan only gets it across to Greenan. Brennan gets the ball into Neil Hand, the full forward hand. Tries to go around Owen Dunphy. Hand passes to Johnny Try. Johnny Try's released by Tony Brown. Johnny Try sends a shot, but Ray Barry did very well. It was going wide. Ray Barry showed great coolness there, Jim.
Yes, Ray Barry really sold a dummy there, because the forwards were coming in fast and furious on Ray. Ray just stepped to the side and let the ball go out wide. We've had a bit of possession up there, Kieran, and I feel that maybe we should have taken a score or two so far, but it's taken us that little bit to settle down. I am very pleased with Pat Fanning's performance so far.
Ray Barry's puck out into the middle of the field. Up goes Johnny Brenner, pulled on very harshly by Sean O'Farrell, down on top of Johnny's fingers. A very dirty blow indeed by the Offaly men. Johnny Brenner looks in trouble. Dr. Higgins is running in. Peter Powers running in. Consternation in the Waterford camp. Joey Carton's there. Tony Mansfield. Jim, a very serious blow for Waterford if Johnny is injured.
Yes, it was a serious blow for Waterford. It is a serious, but I don't think Johnny will be injured. I think it was just one of those, a slap down on the ball, and I don't think there was any malice intended in that one. I think that maybe Noel Dalton, this is what he might need. It's a free, it's about near enough to midfield. It's around about 80 metres, I would say, from the Offaly goal. And it's a long distance for Noel, but he's quite capable of putting it over. Now again, Johnny Byrne was up and there's nothing wrong with him. He's just getting on there himself.
A great round of applause for Johnny, the Lionheart of Johnny. Noel Dalton with the puck from midfield. He sends it in high, he sends it long, but it goes wide.
Yes, that was a
let off for Waterford.
Well, I would imagine that it's a let-off for Offaly there in that one, Kieran, because that one really, I thought at the moment, it just tailed at the last moment. I thought it was about to go over the bar, but you know, it's that type of ball that could have gone either way.
3.5 minutes gone in the game, no score yet. We're still waiting for the first score. Anthony Fitzgerald down here in front of us, pulls in the first time, goes out over the line down here on our right, about 25 metres from the Offaly goal. And Anthony Fitzgerald did very well. He came right out in front of Wheelahan, pulled on it first time, line ball down our left. Donald Franks to take it. A very sound performer, Donald, left corner back. Very much in the Brian Murphy mould of Cork. Donald Franks doesn't get hold of it very well, only comes as far as Wheelahan. But Whelan is dispossessed very well indeed by Hubbard. Hubbard sends it high, and again it tails wide. We'll have to get these balls over the bar, Jim.
Yes, it's somewhat similar to the drawn game, and we've shot too many wides so far, and in the drawn game we shot a lot of wides, and it's not going to win a game for us by doing that. I also like the way that Offaly, if you like, from their point of view, are policing the Waterford forwards, and they're containing Growler inside there, they're containing Paul Flynn, and really marking tight.
Damien Franks' ball is way out into the middle of the field. It's caught by the midfielder Hogan. He tries to get on a second time. Tom Fives it very well to this police, but it comes to Fergal Hartley, the left half back. Hartley sends the ball in long, looking for Nolly Dalton, but the one he breaks to Sean Daly. The roar goes up from the crowd, but the ball is beaten away from Sean. It comes out to centre back Rigney, but he's dispossessed by Hubbard. Hubbard takes a shot. half block down, it breaks as far as Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn is on the edge of the square. Out comes the goalie, Franks. He did very well indeed. Out comes to Kevin McGrath. Kevin McGrath is 20 metres out. Kevin McGrath, a very awkward angle indeed. Takes his shot, it's over the bar. A great point by the Colligan man. Jim, a great confidence booster for young McGrath.
That was great. That was a great point now. That point was really against the odds, really, the way he shot that one over. I thought he might have been looking for a player out the field. He turned, he shook off his marker, he turned to the left and he slipped that one over the bar. Excellent score indeed by Kevin McGrath, and that must have given him great hope as well.
You're listening to live coverage from Nolan Park, Kilkenny, of the All-Ireland U21 hurling final, brought to you in association with Cedar Television. In the middle of the field is Tom Fives. He caught that ball brilliantly in the hand. He tries to hand pass on to Anthony Fitzgerald, but Brian Whelan gets on the second attempt. It comes about 45 metres, 50 metres out from the Offaly goal. It breaks to Nolly Dalton. Nolly is dispossessed, and out comes Michael Hogan for Offaly. Stalemate out there, about 55 metres out from the Offaly goal. Johnny Brenner gets on the second attempt. Into Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn is 45 metres out. The ball is on his stick. He's over on the left-hand side. Paul Flynn takes it on the run. It's over the bar. We have lost second point. Paul Flynn has done it. This man is class, Jim. This man is brilliant.
This man is very good, and I'm glad to see that Paul Flynn has got his name on the score sheet so early again. It's given him confidence. And as I look around the ground, the white and blue flags are up all over the place. Again, we've got 80-20 majority here. So I would imagine that with that type of scores, 2 scores earlier on, this is what Waterford need.
6.5 minutes gone the game. The ball is out in the middle of the field. It's caught by Fergal Hartley. He's having a great game at left half back. Hartley is still, he's tracing up along the left-hand wing. He's 45 metres out. He looks for Paul Flynn. Paul has it. Paul Flynn all on his own. He tries to steady it on the second attempt, but out comes the Offaly defender, the fullback, Keenan, and puts it out for a 65. A bit of carelessness there by Paul Flynn.
Yes, that looked a little bit too easy there for Paul, the way he was running through. The ball hopped that 2 feet ahead of them and really just hopped away from him. I also see Pádraig Horton coming in here. He's having a word with the corner forward, the inside corner forward. Kieran O'Gorman is staying with him, and he just pushes Kieran O'Gorman away there.
Great start by Waterford, 2 points up after about 7 minutes of the game. Johnny Brenner about to take the 65 metres. It's a bit over on the far side to the left of the post, but well within Johnny Brenner's compass. A brilliant game in the Munster final Johnny had against Clare, and afterwards the Clare coach, former All-Star Ger Loughnane, rated him the best midfielder in the country. A great tribute from a great hurler, Ger Loughnane. Johnny Brenner, 65 metres out, over on the far side of the field, about 20 metres in from the touchline. Johnny Brenner bends, he lifts, he strikes. The Waterford flags are going up, but it tails, it goes right and it goes wide. Still, Waterford 2 points, Offaly no score.
Yes, and another miss which we really can ill afford, those type of misses. And again, it was a 65, of course, but well within Johnny's range, and I hope that he gets those right shortly.
Damien Francis puck out in the middle of the field. Hogan and Fives go. The ball goes right over both players. Tony Brown is out there in front of us, so is Brian O'Gorman, but the ball comes in to Hogan. Hogan for Offaly, about 45 metres out. Gets the ball to Johnny Dooley, the danger man Dooley, takes his shot and it goes wide. Great pressure there from Fergal Hartley, and Johnny Dooley, the ace scorer for Offaly, sends the ball wide, Jim.
Yes, that can be considered a bad miss for Offaly and a bad miss for Johnny Dooley. That one looked as if he should have put it over. That ball should have gone over the bar. From that position, he was about 60 metres out, 55 metres out from the Waterford goal. Should have slipped that one over.
Puck out for Waterford, Ray Barry to take it. The passage player sends a great ball out over on the far side of the field. Johnny Brenner runs out to gather it first time. Johnny Brenner sends it low to Kevin McGrath. Kevin did very well to control that ball. He sends the ball in high. He's looking for Sean Daly. Out comes Keenan, the full-back. Daly has it on the ground. He takes it. He's 35 metres out. He sends the ball in low, but it hops and it goes wide.
Yes, Sean was looking for somebody inside him there. Sean had to come out a little bit too far for the ball at time, and he looked out for Noel Dalton to see, hoping that Noel Dalton was gone inside him. It was a good move on Sean's part, and had the ball got in and had Noel been inside her, well then it could have been in the back of the net.
Damien Franks with the puck out. Over there's Johnny Brenner and Michael Hogan. Brenner gets the first touch. Gets it on the rebound again. Johnny Brenner is playing very well today. He's the one-man Waterford need to play well, and is Johnny playing well. Out in the middle of the field, Johnny was fouled. It's a free in, and Johnny is about to take it himself. I see Johnny's partner, Tom Fives, a bit of a cut over his eye, but Tom is playing on. The mentors were going to come in and give Tom some assistance, but Tom says he's okay and resumes his position, marking Sean Oakfall for Offaly. Free so, middle of the field, Johnny Brenner to take it. He bends, he lifts, he strikes, it's looking good. It's dropping in towards the goal, but the referee whistles for a free out, a foul on the goalkeeper by Noel Dalton, a free out, a very dangerous ball from Johnny there, Jim.
Yes, it was. It looked as if it was going over the bar at the time. It just dropped a little bit short at the last moment, and Noel Dalton went in, tackled the goalkeeper, something you're not supposed to do, and quite rightly a free out.
Free out from the edge of the square. Dolan Franks, the goalkeeper, to take it himself. Out in the middle of the field. Tom Fives is down here under us, so too Sean O'Farrell. The ball only breaks to Tony Brown, the captain, and Tony does very well. Gets first touch. Line ball for Offaly. 55 metres out from the goal on our left. Waterford defending the town goal, and the sea of blue and white up behind the goal. Waterford supporters, it's the 14th championship game for Waterford supporters, and once again they've come out trumps. A huge Waterford contingent. Whelan with the line ball, sends it in right across the goal mouth. A very dangerous ball indeed. Hartley gets his hand up, but it's caught by Mark O'Sullivan. The twin from Lismore, ponytail Mark, out into the middle of the field. Whelan tries to get it. Anthony Fitzgerald is with him. Anthony Fitzgerald doing very well, but Whelan gets on the second attempt. Whelan lobs the ball right across the face of the goal mouth. Hartley puts his hand up, the ball and he breaks as far as centre forward. Brennan looks for Neil Hand. The ball breaks to Johnny Try. Johnny Try takes a shot. He didn't steady himself and the ball goes harmlessly wide.
Yes, that was typical, and something that happened again in the drawn game, Kieran. A similar ball went inside. Johnny Try shot the ball wide again. He rushed his shot. I do notice that when a little while ago when I spoke to you there and I said that Pádraig Horton had come into the pitch, it was that he's asked his corner forward to take Kevin out there, to take Kieran out there for a run around, Kieran O'Gorman. Now he has taken Kieran out and he's a third midfielder at the moment, so he's trying to take Kieran for a run, try to outpace him.
The puck out goes all the way out over the line down here in front of us. Ray Barry's puck out, a huge puck out, but it hops harmlessly out over the line. Line ball down here in front of us, Brian Whelan to take it. Brian Whelan nominated on today's Sunday Independent as one of the players of the championship this year in Ireland, himself and Johnny Dooley, along with coach Sean Daly. Tom Fives gets the ball, doesn't put a hand to it, doubles on it, about 45 metres out from the Offaly goal. Only breaks as far as Hubbard. Hubbard for Waterford, he's 30 metres out, he's trying to shake off the centre half back, he does very well, he sends it over the bar. A great point for Hubbard, for the man from Ballydurn.
Yes, a great point, but I would attribute that point as well to Tom Fives. Tom was receiving treatment and just pushed the person who was treating him out to one side, came in, won the ball, passed it inside to Michael Hubbard. Michael turned and slipped it over the bar from his left shot.
Waterford 3 points, Offaly no score. Ball out from Donald Franks, out into the middle of the field. Up goes Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner catches it. Johnny is really lording it in the middle of the field. Sends a long ball in for Sean Daly. Breaks to Nolly Dalton. Nolly Dalton has it, but the ball is breaking away from by the Offaly fullback Keenahan. Keenan being policed by Paul Flynn. Keenahan doesn't hit it very well, only about 45 metres out. Out across comes Brian Whelan. Brian Whelan, what a great game he had the last end. Once again today, playing a lot of the ball. The ball is dropping about 55 metres out from the Waterford goal. Benning is there, so also there's Dunphy there.
I do think that Kevin McGrath received an injury just a short while ago, and just as he was tackling the ball there, he received an injury. Accidental, of course, but I don't think he's going to look for a treatment there. He's going to carry on with the play.
Kieran O'Gorman, the Lismore with the free. Lobbing it high in around the square. Up goes Daly, his clubmate, the Lismore man. The ball only breaks. Out it comes to Anthony Fitzgerald. He takes his shot, and it's over the bar. A great score from Anthony Fitzgerald. He didn't score the last day, but a perfect point from Anthony there.
Yes, and having played so far, Offaly have yet to score, and we've now got 4 points. So it looks good for Waterford at this stage. They're containing this Offaly side. Offaly are much slower to settle down than Waterford were on the last occasion.
Waterford 4 points, Offaly no score, and the crowd are really getting behind Waterford. 13 and a half minutes gone in the game. Whelan has the ball in the middle of the field for Offaly. He sends it in. Kieran O'Gorman is going for the wet hand. The ball breaks across. Only far Fergal Hartley. Fergal is doing very well indeed. Fergal Hartley still coming out for Waterford. He sends the ball way up the field. Out comes Kevin McGrath, the Culligan Rocky. Kevin flicks it across, but Whelan comes out for Offaly. Whelan's playing a lot of the ball. He lobs it in a high ball. Old Dunphy and Hand are policing. In around the edge of the Waterford square. Back comes Tony Brown, the Mount Sion man. He gets it first time out as far as Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner is playing brilliantly. Johnny Brenner has the ball in his stick. He's all on the far side. The Offaly man has lost his hurl. He tries to foul Johnny. Johnny gets the ball across to Anthony Fitzgerald. Anthony Fitzgerald and Kevin McGrath. They're beaten up by the right half back Damien Byrne. Byrne, who didn't play the last to come on today to replace the half back Martin. The ball is about 30 metres out, and Fergal Hartley from the Waterford goal sends the ball into the middle of the field. Johnny Brenner has the ball in the middle of the field. Johnny's playing a lot of the ball. He's playing it up. He's looking for Sean Daly. He sends in a high ball. Rigney and Sean Daly go up between them, and the fullback Keenahan. The referee says that Daly fouled, and it's a free out for Offaly. A let off for Offaly there, Jim.
Yes, a let off for Offaly. You could put it that way, because I thought that the Offaly back came out and he covered the ball. He went over the top on it and he prevented Waterford from playing it. Lucky to get a free in that occasion.
Keenahan's puck, about 45 metres from the Waterford goal, is dropping. Tony Brown comes across and gathers up brilliantly. The captain playing a captain's part. Out towards Tom Fives. Blood streaming from his base. He gets it across to Kevin McGrath. Kevin McGrath being policed by the Offaly man Michael Hogan. Hogan sends it into the corner for Johnny Dooley. Johnny Dooley being policed by Tony Brown. Dooley takes his shot. It looks good and it's over the bar. The opening score for Offaly, scored by Johnny Dooley. Waterford 4 points, Offaly 1.
Just a lapse in our defence there at that stage, Kieran. I felt that Tony Brown was trying to cover 2 men at that stage. He came out, committed himself, and just wasn't able to get back behind to stop Johnny Dooley from scoring that one. But, you know, having played around about 14 minutes or whatever it is we've played so far, and just 1 point in the scoreboard, it's not enough for Offaly, I think, that we're looking good.
Puck out from Ray Barry, out into the middle of the field, is caught by Fergal Hartley, the white helmet of Fergal. I'm sure Jack Mead's pub will be full to capacity tonight if Waterford pull this one off. The ball is down here in front of us. Whelan has it, number 7. Whelan sends it across, only once again to the cornerback Hartley, or half-back Hartley. He gives it back, looking for Anthony Fitzgerald. The ball breaks to Hubbard, the man from Ballydorn. Hubbard doesn't get it on the second attempt. The ball comes to Tom Fives in the middle of the field. Tom Fives being policed by Brennan for Offaly. Brennan, and here comes Tony Brown, does very well to intercept the Mount Sign man, number 5. He gets it out, 45 minutes out. Daly has come out to try and help it. So is Kevin McGrath. Kevin McGrath tries to get the shot. It comes to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn only breaks it on to Nolly Dalton. Nolly Dalton, 40 metres out from is beaten by the Offaly man. 40 metres out from his own goal. The Offaly man sends it down here, out right here in front of us. It comes to Johnny Dooley, the danger man. Johnny Dooley about 60 metres out. Johnny Dooley sends it high. Out towards the corner forward for Offaly. He takes his shot. It's a goal. Mark Gallagher, son of the great Handy, he caught the ball behind Mark O'Sullivan and buried it in the net. Offaly 1-1, Waterford 4 points.
Yes, well, that was on the cards there. The backs committed themselves coming out of that ball, and he slipped in. Gallagher slipped inside there and couldn't blame the goalkeeper. The ball had to get into the back of the net there. A great shot, a great goal it was for Offaly. But I think that probably error came from out around here, out around the half-back line.
Now we have a game in our hands. 16.5 minutes gone. Waterford 4 points. Offaly 1-1. 4 points apiece and all to play for. We had even Stephen the last day. Will we have it again today? The ball is over on the far side. Michael Hogan for Offaly. He didn't play well the last day. Playing the ball again today. Out comes Mark O'Sullivan. Mark O'Sullivan seems to be fouled with the ball and he breaks in into the corner forward. Gallagher again, but he takes his shot. As Mark Gallagher has come out from the corner forward position for Offaly. The ball comes across to Whelan. Whelan, who's having a great game once again from Offaly. They say he's a good half-back. He's a great half-back, probably the best we've seen for a long, long while in Ireland. Tony Brown is down on our left. Tony slips on the second attempt. He's 40 metres out to the Waterford goal. He was fouled as Tony hit the clearance. Good referee from Willie Barrett down here under us. The Offaly player Johnny Try doesn't agree with the decision. There's a free out for Waterford. Very good play indeed by the Waterford captain, Tony Brown.
Yes, and I think we possibly should have got a free just before that. I felt that the Waterford player was fouled even before he won possession at that stage. He was held, pulled around. But Tony Brown is having a great game. Tony Brown is really, you know, driving his backs up there, and even though he's carrying a strapped up thumb at this stage.
Free for Tony, 45 metres out from his own goal. Tony tries a long one. But it's broken out. It comes to Tom Fives. Tom Fives who hits it on the run. Tom Fives sends a high ball looking for Sean Daly. The Offaly full-back Keenan does very well to police him. The ball breaks out and it goes wide. A let off for Offaly there.
Yes, that was because if Sean Daly had got that one, Kieran, it was even I'd say he was going all the ways in for a goal there. But Noel Dalton was appealing there. It was a 65. The umpire says no, so it's a puck out by the goalkeeper.
Damien Franks, the man from Shinrone, pucks it out way out into the middle of the field. Tom Fives goes up, but also does Brennan, the centre half forward. Brennan, the man from Fairbairn, he sends it in across to Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning, his knee heavily strapped, but you wouldn't think of the way he's playing. He gets it out as far as Anthony Fitzgerald, the man from Passage. Anthony comes in high, looking for Sean Daly once again, looking for the growler, but the ball only breaks as far as Kilmartin for Offaly. He gets it out to Whelan, the half-back. He's having a majestic game. Whelan gets the ball across to Johnny Dooley. Johnny Dooley takes a shot. It's from 55 metres out, but it goes left and it goes wide. Great pressure once again from Fergal Hartley on Johnny Dooley, Jim.
Yes, the great pressure from Fergal. Fergal is playing well, but Offaly are coming more into this game, and I think that goal really gave them great heart and great nerve there. They're threatening the Waterford goal all along, and the scores, you know, they're going to come, and I think we just possibly have to tighten up our defence a little bit more. With 20 minutes played, well, it's all to play for here, level scores.
Ball is in the middle of the field, cut by Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner sings it across, looking for Anthony Fitzgerald, and out comes Nolly Dalton. He's taken off his red helmet, it's 45 metres out, but Brian Whelan comes in and intercepts. Brian Whelan sends it way up the field again, looking for Johnny Dooley, but Fergal Hartley's having a great game on Johnny Dooley. The ball breaks across, tries to go to Grinham, but Pat Fanning cuts it off out to Anthony McGrath for Waterford. The ball goes way up to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn is about 25 metres out, but the linesman waves at Paul put his foot out over the line. Paul didn't hear it. He takes his shot. Paul puts the ball over the bar, but it's a line ball for Offaly, back 25 metres out. Great to see Paul Flynn showing great pace in front of his man there.
Yes,
Jim.
and a great move as well by Kevin McGrath. Kevin slipped the ball up first time up along the wing, up to the right corner. Now, perhaps if we can get more of that ball inside to the likes of Paul Flynn and into Sean Daly, well then the scores are bound to come. And I think that they will come the way we're playing.
Henry Kilmartin's line ball only goes as far as Michael Hogan. Mike Hogan under tremendous pressure there from Fergal Hartley. The referee said he overplayed. A great play once again by Hartley, and a free in for Waterford just outside the 65-metre line.
Yes, he hand passed the ball to get it beyond the Waterford players that time, but in doing so he caught the ball again before he played it onto his stick or before it reached another player. So it was a free back in there. So this could be a lead for Waterford with Johnny Brenner from that position. He's around about 66 metres out from the Offaly goal. So at this stage it would look as if maybe he can put this one over the bar.
Johnny Brenner, so over on the far side, about 4 metres in from the sideline. Johnny Brenner, green helmeted Johnny. He's played shinty for Ireland over the past 2 years, where he was outstanding games. He's played for Waterford Seniors, outstanding. He's played for UCC. He's played for his club De La Salle, who won the minor 3 years ago, and Joey Carton was a proud man back 3 years ago. He's playing outstandingly today for Waterford. Johnny takes the free way over on the far side. He bends, he lifts, he strikes. It's looking good, but it turns and it goes left and wide. Left and wide. A let-off once again for Offaly, and the score remains Offaly 1-1, Waterford 4 points.
Yes, we cannot afford to miss those ones, Kieran, and 66 metres out, it would look under normal circumstances as if Johnny would slip that one over the bar, but it wasn't to be. It didn't go over, so we're still level, even Stephen.
22 and a half minutes gone in the game. From the puck out, the ball into the middle of the field. It's caught by right half back for Offaly, Damien Barron. It's dispossessed by Kevin McGrath. Kevin McGrath flicks it up to the left-hand corner to Sean Daly. He gives a beautiful back pass looking for Paul Flynn and Nolly Dalton. It comes to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn has it. He runs into Brian Whelan. He seems to be fouled. The referee was on the spot, Willie Barrett. He was fouled by Hugh Rigney. Great play by Paul Flynn. Free in for Waterford. It should be a score, Jim.
It should be, but perhaps if I was refereeing out there, it would be a free out against Paul Flynn, because I thought Paul picked that ball off the ground as it came along to him. Lucky to get away with that one, and it looks a point for us. It looks as if we're just going to get the lead with about 22, 23 minutes played.
Nolly Dalton takes the shot, 25 minutes out, sends it over the bar, and Waterford are back in the lead. Waterford 5 points, Offaly 1-1.
Sean Daly, I must say, Kieran, has been well policed today. He's been well played by the Offaly full-back, and he's been closed down quite a bit. He's not allowed the scope that he was the last day. 23
minutes gone in the first half. The ball is out in the middle of the field. It's Whelan again. All-star material if ever I saw it. The left half back sends it way up the right-hand flank. Holding there by Fergal Hartley, the referee said on Johnny Dooley. Fergal doesn't agree. A lot of the Waterford supporters don't agree, and my God, do we have support here today.
Well, I must say, Kieran, I would have to agree with the referee in that position. He caught the Offaly players hurley, pulled it back, he committed the free, that's it. Go back into your position, no point in arguing. At that stage, the free has been given, and let the player take the shot. Otherwise, you're going to move it 10 metres closer to goal.
Johnny Brenner about 35, 40 metres out, almost straight in front of the goal, well within Johnny's compass. Johnny takes the shot and sends it over the bar. It's back level again. Offaly 1-2, Waterford 5 points with just 24 minutes gone.
Yes, and the breeze, if there is a slight breeze here today, Kieran, is in favour of Offaly at this stage. And we would hope that in the second half, such as in the last game, that it would really mount up for us and that we would get the game together in the second half. I'm a little bit worried that Sean Daly isn't getting the right type of ball in. The ball isn't really coming in clean to him, and it's just a lot of straggling ball, a scraggy kind of ball is coming in there.
Ray Barry's puck out for Waterford, way over on the far side of the field. Out comes the corner forward, Oisin O'Neill for Offaly, who's come way out into the middle of the field. He looks for Brennan, the centre half forward. He's policed by Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning only gets as far as Kieran O'Gorman. Kieran O'Gorman way out over on the far side of the field, about 55 metres out. Kieran O'Gorman does very well indeed. He's looking for Paul Flynn, but the Offaly cornerback Kilmartin got out in front of Paul and put it out over the line. Line ball for Waterford, 45 metres out. But the cornerback turned, the cornerback turned and seemed to catch Paul Flynn. A dirty blow indeed, but the referee is going over. It looked like he was going to call the Offaly man, but it's a line ball on the far side, 45 metres out. Johnny Brenner to take it, green helmet at Johnny. He's placing the ball. He's played a lot of ball for Waterford so far. If anybody deserves an All-Ireland medal in '92, it's Johnny Brenner. He's over on the far side of the field. He hits it perfectly. He sends it in low. He's looking for Paul Flynn again, but Kilmartin comes out, grabs it for Offaly and couldn't get a shot in, but he boots it only as far as Tom Fives. Tom Fives catches it. He's under pressure from the two Offaly midfielders, but Tom Fives sends it in. Out comes Daly. Daly only gets it on. It breaks from Daly on to Dolan Franks. It comes out 45 metres out, down here on the right under the stand. Anthony Fitzgerald from Passage. Anthony Fitzgerald tries to get it but doesn't get hold of it well. Goes as far as Kevin McGrath, a man from Colligan sends the ball in low. Franks comes out, the Offaly goalie. Did very well to control it. Got out as far as the centre half back Rigney. Rigney, the green helmeted Rigney. The man from St. Ryan sends the ball way up the field. Kieran O'Gorman and Owen Dunphy out there, but Tony Brown comes across. Mark Gallagher for Offaly. He sends it back to Johnny Troy. He's 35 metres out and he sends it over the bar. The lead for Offaly. Offaly won 3, Waterford 5 points.
Yes, and Offaly, as I say, are adopting this ploy of moving their corner forward. He's out around the field. Kieran O'Gorman really doesn't know who he's marking at this moment in time because he's picking up the midfielder at all time. His own marker is moving in as far even into their own goal line. So it's just that we've got 2 full backs in there at the moment, 3 half backs and 3 midfielders.
Ray Barry shot out around the middle of the field. Down here in front of us is the Offaly man, Sean O'Farrell.
Yes, over the line.
He scored 3 points the last day, but he brings the ball right over the line. Line ball for Waterford.
Good tackle.
Great pressure by Tony Brown, the captain, the man from Mount Sion. A proud day for Tony. His brother Barry was captain of the minor team. Unfortunately, couldn't play in the All-Ireland final. But Tony is doing the family proud here today and doing Mount Sion proud. A line ball down here in front of us as we're near half-time. 27 minutes gone in the game. We're into the last 3 minutes of the first half, plus injury time, of course. Tony Brown bends his hurley. Down here in front of us. Line ball. Tony catches hold of it beautifully, sends it long. All comes Whelan for Offaly. Whelan doesn't hold on the first attempt. It comes by Donald Franks. Franks sends it out as far as Kieran O'Gorman, who's playing out in the middle of the field, and with Johnny Troy. Out comes Nolly Dalton for Waterford. Nolly Dalton is policed by Donald Franks, but only out around the middle of the field. The ball comes to Pat Fanning, and Fergal Hartley comes across again. White helmeted Fergal. He's having a great game for Waterford. Sends the ball in, but it's caught by Rigney, the centre half back for Offaly. Rigney all on his own. He drops headed. Fanning goes across, catches it beautifully with one hand, but the ball only breaks as far as Johnny Dooley. Johnny Dooley, the danger man for Offaly. Johnny Dooley is looking for support. He has in the palm of Mark Gallagher, but Mark Gallagher is dispossessed by Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning sends the ball out into the middle of the field. It's caught by Michael Hogan. Michael Hogan sends it across, and Kieran O'Gorman cuddles O'Gorman, gets it for Waterford. The Lismore does very well. It comes 45 metres out to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn, number 15, takes his shot. And it's over the bar. You can hear the roar of the Waterford crowd. He was a star for the minors today. He's a star for the under-21. Paul Flynn, a great score, Jim.
Yes, indeed. And I also know Michael Hubbard has been treated down here on the sideline as well. Taking an injury. Hard tackling in there. The Offaly backs are tackling hard. We're feeling the brunt of it at the moment. And, in the second half, we're almost on half-time now. It's level at this stage. 1-3 to 6 points. That's 6 points all. And all to play for, as I say, in the second half.
Waterford 6 points, Offaly 1-3, even Stephen, as we're into the last 2 minutes of the first half, and what a first half it has been. Michael Hubbard going off the sideline to receive attention. Peter Power looks very anxiously down there. Peter, of course, holding his 2 hurleys. He's held right throughout the championships. Peter has done a tremendous job. Peter down there very worried looking at the puck out for Offaly, out around the middle of the field. Tom Fives is under it again, but the ball only breaks as far as the left half forward. Johnny Dooley, the ball goes into the corner to the full forward. Neil Hand is going to drop short. Out comes Ray Barry, coolness personified as Barry, the man from Passage, the character of the team. He's done fantastic again today. The ball is coming out only as far as Nolly Dalton. He's left his helmet after him, but Nolly's done very well indeed today. Didn't score the last day, but playing exceptionally well today. The ball comes across out to Tony Brown. For it's his first time, the Mount Sion man sends the ball right up into the right corner forward. Back comes Brian Whelan for Offaly. Whelan sends the ball back out into the middle of the field. It's dropping between Brennan and Pat Fanning for Waterford. Fanning's having a great game, the centre half back. The ball only breaks to Nolly Dalton. Nolly Dalton is playing with great commitment. He's 45 metres out. The ball is only hurling. Number 13. He tries to get it on to Kevin McGrath. Overpassed it, and Brian Whelan intercepts. Overplay there, I would say, from Nolly Dalton. The ball only breaks in as far as the Offaly number 8, Sean O'Farrell, but Tony Brown comes out down here on the left, 20 metres out from the Waterford goal. Tony Brown sends the ball way up the field again. Tony Brown sends it, it hops and it goes over the bar. Great covering by Tony Brown. It could have been dangerous, but overplay by Nolly Dalton there, Jim.
Yes, I did think that Brown inside won a great game. Tony Brown won a great ball at that stage. There was 3 markers on him when he won the ball, and I also see that we're getting a sub warmed up over there on the sideline, so it looks as if Michael Hubbard is out of the game. What a great goal in there by John Troy. John Troy just came back into it. He scored a quarter of a goal there for Offaly to give them that really boost just before half-time. So a great goal there, a miss hit out there on the sideline, and John Troy came in, slipped the ball into the back of the net, And that's the score at this stage. 2 goals in, 3 points to Offaly, 6 points to Waterford. And that was a bad blow for Waterford.
Hook out by Ray Barry into the middle of the field. The referee blows his whistle. Offaly have got a goal just before half-time. The half-time score, Offaly 2 goals, 3 points, Waterford 6 points. Join us for first half analysis after the break. I didn't put you up in mind for you point out. I said, let her grab it. I don't know for Waterford in the first half, his left half back Fergal Hartley. He's on probably one of the best forwards in the game, nominated today in the Sunday Independent as one of the players of the year for the half-hour position, Johnny Dooley. Hartley's having an outstanding game, Jim.
Hartley is having a very, very good game, and Johnny Dooley has been kept quiet so far. And of course, we all know how good a hurler Fergal Hartley is, and this is really what I would expect of Fergal. But then, like when you're up against the likes of Johnny Dooley, Johnny is in the top bracket.
The ball is in from Willie Barron and the game is on. The second half is on, and the All-Ireland Under-21 hurling final live from Nolan Park, brought to you in association with Siba Geigy. Is Tom Fives, blood stained on his shirt, but it doesn't matter. Tom, the touring man, sends the ball in high. He's looking for Daly. Daly only breaks it down to the cornerback Kilmartin. Kilmartin loses it on the second attempt. Is caught by the fullback Keenan. Keenan only gets it out as far as Sean O'Farrell, and Tom Fives. The ball breaks to Kevin McGrath. The Colligan man gets it about 30 yards out to Michael Hubbard. The ball breaks to Anthony Fitzgerald, number 10. He's on the 20-metre line, but very well done indeed by Brian Whelan. Brian Whelan cuts it off again. Great anticipation from Whelan. Comes right half back. Barnes sends the ball up high. Up does Hartley and Johnny Dooley down here and under us in the middle of the field, and Hartley gets it again. The white helmeted Hartley plays brilliantly. He gets the ball up looking for Paul Flynn. The ball breaks only far as Sean Daly. Sean Daly to the roars of the Waterford crowd. Daly takes his time. He takes his shot, but the fullback does very well to block it. He still has it. He's been policed by Paul Flynn. But the ball goes out over the line for a line ball for Waterford, and Fergal Hartley will take it. Down here and under us, the white helmeted Fergal. Over 50 metres out from the Waterford goal in front of the stand here at Nolan Park. Hartley's ball is high. He's looking for Daly. Out comes Daly. He grabs this one. He gets it to the roar of the huge Waterford crowd. He takes his shot, but it goes wide. A bad miss by Daly, Jim.
Yes, that would have been a good score to get Kieran at this stage at the start of the second half. He won a good ball. He leaped up into the air, grabbed the ball there, turned and struck with his left hand, but just barely to the left of the post and wide.
Damien Franks with the puck out, the man from Shinrone. He was a sub in the 89 minor team. Of course, Johnny Dooley, Johnny Try was in goal in 89. The ball is out in the middle of the field, is caught by Sean O'Farrell. The red helmet Farrell sends the ball in towards Dunphy in hand. Dunphy comes out, the big man, only breaks it across to the right corner. O'Gorman from Lismore. He's playing very well, O'Gorman. The ball comes across to Hubbard, but it's cut off brilliantly by Michael Hogan for Offaly. Back in it goes, 30 metres out from the Waterford goal, up on our right. The ball breaks to Pat Fanning, the centre half-back. He's playing very well indeed, but Fanning's shot goes out. He was under pressure hitting the ball. Neil handed very well, and the ball goes out over the line. A line ball for Offaly down here, right in under us. It will be taken by Barron. Barron, of course, is in from Martin. Kevin Martin injured his hand in the last drawn game, isn't available today, and Barron takes up his right half-back position, the position he held when Offaly won the minor back in 89. The green helmeted Barron. A hush over the crowd here at Nolan Park. He sends a high ball in. Dunphy puts up his hand. He gets a hand to it but doesn't hold it. The referee said he was fouled. He was fouled by both Greenan and Hand. Brennan and Hand were in under him, and it's a free out for Waterford. Ray Barry is coming out to take it. A let off for Waterford, Jim.
Yes, it was a let off in there, and of course good play by Owen Dunphy. He's playing pretty well now in the second half. He's repelled 2 attacks as they've come in here, but the score is what we need, and I think our forwards have to get that little bit of a lift now and come out and go looking for the ball.
Ray Barry from Passage. Out in the middle of the field, he sends the free. It breaks down. Out comes Michael Hubbard. And Rigney, the centre half back, but only breaks as far as Kieran O'Gorman. The cornerback playing out in the middle of the field, sends the ball in low. He's looking for Paul Flynn. Paul gets it on the second attempt, but the ball tips off his Hurley out over the line. The linesman was on the spot. Line ball for Offaly. Kilmartin right up on top of Paul Flynn, because he knows, as all of Offaly know, Paul Flynn is a danger man. Down here on our right, 45 metres out from the Offaly goal. It's Barron to take it, Damien Barron. He's from Kilcormac the same club as the cornerback Kilmartin. The ball is up into the middle of the field. It's broken down and it's caught by McGrennan, the centre half forward, he's going through, he's shaking off Pat Fanning, he's 20 metres out. Mark O'Sullivan comes across. Mark O'Sullivan does brilliantly to intercept the ponytail Mark, the man from Lismore. He does very well. He gets the ball to right half forward. Anthony Fitzgerald only as far as Hubbard. Hubbard is 65 metres out. Great determination from the man from Ballydurn. Hubbard has the ball. He's policed by two Offaly men. The ball is on the ground. Anthony Fitzgerald comes across to try and help him, but Johnny Brenner gets a boot and only as far as Whelan, but the ball comes back to Johnny Brenner. A roar from the Waterford crowd as Brenner takes a shot. He's under pressure. It seems to be going left. It goes left and it goes wide.
Yes, another miss there by Waterford. This is one of those ones that really could have and should have been scored. I see the umpire and say they're calling for a silver. He's got one. Waterford putting a lot of pressure, Kieran, on Offaly at this moment in time, but the score's going on the board, and that's where we got to win it. We got to win it with scores.
Waterford 6 points, Offaly 2-3, and we've about 4 minutes 20 seconds gone in the second half. Ball is out in the middle of the field. The Waterford supporters are starting to chant, but it's Offaly are on the attack. It's 45 metres out. Brennan gets the ball in. Across comes Fergal Hartley, 20 metres out. One-handed he picks it up. He's playing with confidence. He's on Johnny Dooley and he's doing a great job for Waterford. The ball is out on the far side. Anthony Fitzgerald tries to double on it, but he's beaten by Whelan. Whelan sends the ball across. Out comes Mark O'Sullivan. McGrennan has it, the centre half forward. He has it on his stick. Out comes Owen Dunphy. The ball goes across. It takes a shot. It's a goal by Johnny Dooley, but the referee said it's a free out for Waterford.
Yes, it is a free out, and I was just wondering, was it going to be a repetition of the Munster final when we saw one of the Cork forwards going through, passed the ball up and caught it again. But fair dues to this referee, Willie Barrett. He saw what happened. He played the ball off in front of him, onto his own hand again, and fouled the ball, and it's a free out. And lit off, of course, there, Kieran, for Waterford, because there was the one, that could have been loud and could have gone in.
It's 20 metres out, a free out for Waterford, and Fergal Hartley seems to have got a bad bang on his hand. Peter Powers running in and Dr. Higgins from the far side. Doc Higgins has been with the Waterford team since the late 70s, has yet to achieve any success. He's been involved with 2 Munster final winning teams in 1992, and he is hoping he'll be involved with an All-Ireland winning team here today. Hartley says he's okay. Great cheer for Fergal, the man from Ballygunner. I'm sure all in Jack Meads will be delighted to know that Fergal is okay. He's having a great game at left half back, and Ray Barry about to take the free. He tries to sneak a few yards there for Waterford to the roars of disapproval of the Offaly crowd, but he takes the ball back about 16-17 metres out from his own goal. Ray Barry into the middle of the field. The ball goes dropping down between Tom Fives and Sean O'Farrell, snapped up by the Colligan man Kevin McGrath. McGrath gets the ball in low. He was looking for Anthony Fitzgerald, but across comes Whelan. He seems to be everywhere, the left half back. Whelan, the captain, playing a captain's part. The ball breaks in the middle of the field. Tom Fives tries to get on the second attempt, but only breaks as far as the half back Barron. Barron didn't play the last. He's playing very well today for Offaly. Down in here and under us. The ball is on the ground. Kieran O'Gorman is out the cornerback. He gets it up on second attempt. He hand passes it to Tom Fives, the number 8. Tom Fives takes a shot, but it tails to the left and wide. He didn't steady himself. He was under pressure hitting the shot. The ball tails to the left for the Turin man, and it goes wide.
Good move there, of course, by Kieran O'Gorman. Kieran won a very difficult ball out there and had a look around, hand passed the ball over the players' heads, but again that one just went wide. Tom was just left of the post as well and shot wide.
Almost 7 minutes gone in the second half. Waterford 6 points, Offaly 2-3. The ball is cut by Hartley from the puck out. He hand passes to Tom Fives. Tom Fives takes a shot. He's looking for Daly for the growler. The ball breaks across for Daly, and the fullback, the roar of the Waterford crowd is there. The fullback does very well to get it, and he clears it out into the middle of the field. Tony Brown goes up, the captain, bats it down only far as Michael Hogan to Johnny Try. Johnny Try, who got the dynamic goal before half time. He's looking for the corner forward Gallagher, but O'Sullivan does very well. Out comes Ray Barry. He's one-handed picking. He goes right across the goal. Very dangerous play, but he gets it out to Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning's shot is blocked by Johnny Try. Fanning gets it away only to Tony Brown. Tony Brown is fouled. It seems to be fouled by Johnny Try, but the referee waves play on. Tony Brown from outside. A proud man from a proud club sends the ball 25 metres out from the Offaly goal. Is caught by Paul Flynn. He's 45 metres out. Flynn looks. He's getting himself, but it's blocked down by the Offaly defender, Kilmartin. He's doing very well. And now it comes to Rigney, the centre half-back. Rigney out around the middle of the field. The ball comes out to Tony Brown. He's in the middle of the field. He runs into his own man, but he gets it on to Nolly Dalton. Nolly Dalton, number 13, gets the ball out to Paul Flynn, way over on the 45-metre line. Flynn takes a shot. It looks good, but it turns to the left and it goes wide. The blue and white flags went up, but it went wide.
Too much wastage, Kieran, and we're wasting a lot of ball out there. We should be getting our scores at this stage because time is moving on. We're after playing approximately 10-11 minutes of play, and we should be putting a score on the board. For the amount of shots we've had at goal, really too many wides.
Waterford 6 points, Offaly 2-3. And Waterford have no less than 11 wide so far in the game. The ball is into the middle of the field. It's caught in the middle by Tom Fives, but it's broken away by Sean O'Farrell. About 45 metres out, down now right from the Offaly goal. Out comes Pat Fanning. Pat Fanning hits it. He's disgusted. Right out over the line, over the roof of the stand. He knew he should have done better, and it's a line ball for Offaly down here and underneath it. I can see the pressure on Peter Power. He has the 2 hurleys in his hand. He's put in a lot of work for underage hurling in Waterford. A lot of work with the under-21s. And if any man deserves to have an All-Ireland victory, it's Peter Power, the man from Kilgommet, the man from St Patrick's. The ball is down here on our right, about 50 metres out from the Offaly goal, and it's right half-back Barn to take it. Damien Barn, who came in as a late replacement for the injured Martin, is having a very good game indeed. The referee is asking Tom Fives to move back from in front of the line. He seemed to be pulling with his marker, Sean O'Farrell, and the referee is taking the name of Tom Fives in his notebook. You can see the red of blood on Tom Fives' shirt.
Yes, there was a bit of a schmozzle in there, Kieran, between the two of them. They're just a bit of argy-bargy inside there. Tom, maybe a little bit foolish there to tap his man with a stroke there, because the idea is there, you put the ball over the bar, you go out there and you penalise the opposition by scoring points or goals or whatever, and you beat your man, that's it. And Tom has done a magnificent job today in beating his man.
The line ball doesn't go very far, only as far as Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner flicks it on to Kevin McGrath. He's playing very well since moved to half forward. Pulled on first time, it goes into Paul Flynn, 25 metres out. Great pace by Flynn. He gets it on the second attempt. He's policed by Ken Martin, but he's going goalwards. The blowing wide people are up. He takes his shot, and it goes wide. Great pressure from Kilmartin, but once again great pace from Paul Flynn.
Yes, great pace from Paul Flynn. Paul took 2 markers out there and he put in his shot. He possibly would have been better off there if he hand passed the ball back more into the centre, where you had Sean Daly or Noel Dalton coming through and maybe could have stuck the ball in the net.
You're listening to live coverage from Nolan Park, Kilkenny, of the All-Ireland Under-21 hurling final replay, brought to you in association with Siva Geigy. From the puck out for Offaly, the referee is calling over one of the Offaly midfielders. He seemed to be pulling off Tom Fives. He's taking his number. In goes the number 9 of Michael Hogan, the man from Coolderry, the same club of course of Pat Carroll, a star of the Offaly seniors in 81. Of course Pat died tragically in the mid-80s, a sad loss to Offaly hurling, but his clubmate Michael Hogan gets his name in the book, and a free in for Waterford from the middle of the field. Fergal Hartley has come across to take it. Johnny Brenner has gone back to left half back. Fergal Hartley from the middle of the field. The white helmet of Fergal takes his shot. He lifts, he bends, he strikes. It looks good. It's over the bar. Hartley has done it. First score for Waterford of the second half.
Yes, first score for Waterford, first score of the second half there. And they needed to change their free taker at that stage, I felt. And, you know, Fergal coming in there, putting the ball over the bar. Maybe Fergal, whatever frees will be given, will be taken by Fergal in future for the second half, because we've had too many misses.
11 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Puck out for Offaly. Damien Franks to take it. 7 points to 9, or 2-3 to 7 points in favour of Offaly. Tom Fives catches it again. He's playing his heart out today, the man from Turin. He was fouled by Sean O'Farrell. O'Farrell is resorting to hard tactics on Fives, because Fives is having the proverbial stormer. Down here in front of us, if Fives is having one, Fergal Hartley is also. Fergal Hartley, 65 metres out from his own goal, almost near the middle of the field. The Waterford crowd are roaring behind Waterford. Fergal Hartley shot. He sends it in high. It's going to drop in around the middle of the square. Daly goes up, but the ball is broken across and broken out for Offaly. Out to the midfielder, Michael Hogan, the number 9. Hogan sends the ball. Out comes Pat Fanny. He leaps into the sky. It breaks to Tony Brown, the captain, the half-back from Mount Sion. He's looking for Kevin McGrath. McGrath goes up. The ball breaks to Johnny Brenner. Green helmet of Brenner. 45 metres out, takes his shot, under pressure. It seems to be going wide again, and once again for Waterford, a wide ball.
Yes, and Johnny doesn't seem to be on target today, because that ball went wide on the right-hand side of the upright. He's been shooting him at the left-hand side of the upright up to now, but things don't seem to be going right where his shooting is concerned. He's having an exceptionally good game at midfield, but I think the star of midfield today has been Tom Fives so far, and the pity of it is that we just cannot get the scores to put us that little bit ahead.
Damien Franks with the puck out for Offaly, dropping about 50 metres out from the Waterford goal. It's caught by an Offaly man. Franks, he sends it in as far as Johnny Dooley, 25-30 metres out. Dooley has it on the ground. He's policed by Dunphy. He's pulled on by Tony Brown, the captain. Tony Brown gets it on out in the middle of the field. Out comes Nolly Dalton. Nolly Dalton pulls on it. Out to Kevin McGrath, the man from Colligan. McGrath does very well. He gets it on to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn, and he gets it back to Nolly Dalton. Paul gets it on the second attempt. He's 45 metres out. He's going on a run. The ball is on his stick. Paul Flynn is policed by two Offaly men. He takes a shot on the run. It's over the bar from the man from Ballygunner. We've seen good players, Jimmy Barry, Murphy, Nicholas English. Paul Flynn would rank at any of those, Jim.
Yes, that's one of the good ones now. That was one of the great scores, and that's vintage Paul Flynn as we know him in the minor championship. And he really took his two markers away that time, took him way out to the right hand side and shot over the bar. And those are the type of scores we need. That's the type of enthusiasm we need out there from the players to give Waterford a lift to try and get that vital score to equalise.
The ball is caught in the middle of the field by Johnny Brenner. A point that would lift any team there by Paul Flynn. Johnny Brenner has it on. He's one hand about 45 metres out. The ball is on the ground. He's going to steady himself. He hits it very weakly indeed. Hit it very casually indeed. And out comes the Offaly full-back, Keenan. Keenan's policed by Sean Daly. Sean Daly has it on the ground, down here on the left-hand corner. The crowd are all standing up. It looks like it might be a free. The referee is running in. The full-back and the full-forward were tangled up on the ground, rolling around.
I would feel there, Kieran, that possibly was one of the worst decisions in the game there, because he was bundled. Sean Daly was bundled out over the line there. A 20-metre free there would have been the obvious thing to give at that stage, but the referee saw differently, and so did the linesman.
Boos all over the ground from the Waterford supporters. Waterford 8 points, Offaly 2-3. Offaly 1 point ahead as we've about 14 minutes gone in the second half. The ball is out for Offaly, out around the middle of the field. It's cut by Oisin O'Neill, the corner forward, who's come way out. He's policed by Tom Fives. Tom Fives are very well. Oisin tries to hit it in. Dunphy puts up his hand. It breaks to Neil's hand. The ball is on the ground around the edge of the square. But out comes Mark O'Sullivan. The ponytail Mark gets it, and Dunphy doubles on the ball. But Sean O'Farrell tries to get it. It's about 45-50 metres out from the Offaly goal. A great game in prospect here, a brilliant game. The drawing game was good. Today's game is even better. The ball is dropped from 20 metres out. Daly pulls hard, the ball, and he drops to the cornerback. Franks for Offaly, 25 metres out. Sends it way over across to the dugout. I can see the blue and white of Waterford. Tony Mansfield pacing the dugout. The ball is caught by Tony Brown. He's 45 metres out from the Offaly goal. He takes a shot. It looks good, but it's going across the face of the goal. Tony Brown did very well, but he should have scored. Offaly 2-3, Waterford 8 points.
Yes, and I would imagine at this stage Waterford selectors must be getting a little bit worried about some of the performances of the forwards, and I think maybe one forward might be replaced shortly. I would see that maybe the selectors will get together and have a chat about this, because I think we need to bring in a new set of legs at this stage.
Almost 16 minutes gone in the second half. Offaly a point ahead. The ball is out in the middle of the field from a great puck out by Franks. The ball come by Grennan, the centre half, but only Farrell's Pat Fanning, who's having a great game as centre half back. The ball goes in for Daly. Daly tries to get it. His jersey is being pulled by the full-back. He gets it on the second attempt, but the full-back is done very well to block his shot. The full-back is having a blinder on Daly today. The ball is broken around the middle of the field. Johnny Brenner gets it out, boots it out to Tom Fives, the man from Turin. A man with a proud family tradition, a man with a great club tradition. The ball goes into Sean Daly. Sean Daly is policed. He seems to be pushed off the ball. The cheers of the Waterford crowd, but the Offaly man clears it out for the middle of the field to Oisin O'Neill. Oisin O'Neill sends a long ball. Out comes Owen Dunphy. Owen Dunphy bats it down as far as Mark O'Sullivan, ponytail Mark. The ball goes into the corner to Mark Gallagher, the man who got the goal early in the first half. Mark Gallagher seemed to overplay it. The Waterford people, the Waterford players thought it was a free out. Championship so far. Boos from the crowd is unnecessary. He takes his shot. It goes left and it goes wide. A let up for Waterford. Waterford still remains 1 point behind and still very much in contention. We've 17.5 minutes gone in the second half from the very short puck out. The ball is caught. Only goes straight to Johnny Dooley. He's on his own. He takes his shot and sends it over the bar. A bad mistake by the Waterford defence there, but there's consternation on the far side. The linesman.
Yes, I would imagine there, Kieran, there were 16 men on the field when he scored that point, and I would also think that at that stage the point should have been cancelled out. No marks there for a short puck out at that stage also, that the ball must be driven as far away from your goal as possible. He's going over and having consultations now with the substitute who has been in, who has come into the game here, and the linesman is calling for the ball.
I wonder, will the scoreboard change? Yes, it does. The point isn't allowed because Offaly had 16 men on the field.
And I also noticed there Pádraig Horton is having a few words inside there with the linesman, telling him how nice a guy he is and all that for coming in and telling the referee, pointing out a mistake that the referee obviously just overlooked. Now we have a substitute coming in as well into the Waterford line-out, and just as I said, we have one of the Waterford players going off, and I suspect maybe it could be a corner forward that would be going off at this stage.
18.5 minutes gone in the game. Waterford 8 points, Offaly 9, or 2-3 to 8 points. Brown's free for Waterford, going way up into the Offaly goal mouth. Is caught by Paul Power, who played in the All-Ireland semi-final. Paul Power takes a shot, goes right across the goal mouth and wide. As Noel Dalton has been taken off. Noel Dalton hasn't had the best of games today, but scored a point nonetheless in the first half. But Paul Power's shot went harmlessly wide and let off for Offaly. Donald Franks with the puck out.
9 points to 8, Kieran, at this stage, and should we get the equaliser? Well, then I think that maybe that's what we need to give us that little bit of a lift. Maybe Paul Power will.
The ball is in the middle of the field. Cut by Oisin O'Neill. He gets it across to Johnny Dooley. Johnny Dooley flicks it across to Brian Whelan, the captain, the number 7. Whelan's shot is blocked brilliantly by Anthony Fitzgerald. Whelan gets it on the second attempt. He's soloing up the field. The ball is on his stick. He's gone to pass Tom Fives. He's gone to pass Tony Brown. He's 14 yards out from the Waterford goal. He sends it across. Mark O'Sullivan comes across the Ponydale mark, the twin from Lismore. O'Sullivan is his name, and a great cornerback is his game because he's having an outstanding game. He was fouled. It's a free out for Waterford. Brilliant play by Mark O'Sullivan.
Brilliant play by Mark O'Sullivan, but if I were an Offaly selector, I would be very annoyed that Brian Whelan didn't slip that ball over the bar. He took that ball on too far when he should have shot a point and given his side a 2-point lead.
Fergal Hartley looking for a quick one, but Ray Barry is going to drive it long. From this free is dropping about 55 metres out from the Offaly goal. Kevin McGrath is down here under, so also is Byrne. Byrne gets on the second time, seen to put it out over the line, but the referee and linesman wait play on. Tom Fives batters it brilliantly. Fives sends it back in. He's looking for Paul Power. Paul Power has it. He's under pressure. He takes his shot. He didn't look. He sends it way across towards Brian Whelan. All on his own. Whelan takes his shot. Only as far as Anthony Fitzgerald for Waterford. 45 metres out. Anthony Fitzgerald gets it across. Only as far as the Offaly defender Franks. Franks gets it out to Whelan. Whelan's beaten by Michael Hubbard, the number 11 from Ballydurn. The players are playing their hearts out. Out there in the middle of the field. Out comes Johnny Dooley. He looks class every time the ball goes into his hand. He sends the ball way up on the far side of the field, about 45 metres out from the Waterford goal. But the Offaly player, Johnny Try, puts it out over the line. Line ball for Waterford, way over on the far side, about 45 metres out. Tony Brown of Mount Sion to take it.
Yes, we were unlucky there because I think inside Paul Flynn was calling to Paul Power, pass the ball inside and I'll slip it over the bar. He didn't do so and we lost out on the chance just there.
21 minutes gone in the second half. Waterford 8 points, Offaly 2-3. You're listening to live commentary brought to you in association with Siba Geigy, but the ball is in the middle, out in the middle of the field again. A hectic game. The drawn game was good. Today's game is even better. Tom Fives dispossesses the Offaly man, hand passes on to Sean Daly. Sean Daly takes a shot, it's slow, but the goalie Franks does very well. Paul Power runs in, unnecessarily hit, challenges the goalie in a free out for Offaly.
Yes, quite rightly a free out for Offaly. He challenged the goalkeeper coming out, but I think Sean maybe should have went free. He was too far out to go for a goal that time. He shot too low and he should have shot that one over the bar. He was about 45 metres out and that was the one to shoot over the bar.
We've almost 22 minutes gone in the second half. Waterford trail by 1 point. The ball from the puck out is 45 metres out. It's gone to Grennan for Offaly. Pat Fanning tries to get it on the second attempt. The ball is down in the middle of the field. It's picked up by Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner flicks it across to Kieran O'Gorman. Kieran O'Gorman sends the ball long up for Paul Flynn. Out comes Hubbard. Hubbard, the centre half forward. 25 metres out, but he's released by the Offaly centre half back Livney. The ball only breaks as far as Kilmartin. Kilmartin, the right cornerback. He's doing very well indeed. Kilmartin takes his shot. Out in the middle of the field. It's cut by Johnny Try. We haven't even seen Johnny in the second half. A dangerous ball is slobbing in behind Dunphy and Neil Hand, but the referee, or the goalie, Ray Barry, runs out, polices it brilliantly. Coolness personified as Ray Barry. He drops his hurley. He looks for his second hurley for the puck out, and it's still Waterford 8 points. Waterford Offaly 2-3.
What we just don't need at this stage, Kieran, is to concede a score. And I think with the way that Offaly are putting on the pressure, our defence is under constant pressure inside there to try and keep the ball out.
Offaly have switched Johnny Dooley out to midfield to mark Johnny Brenner. Fergal Hartley had a great game on Johnny so far in the game. The ball is caught to Fergal, but he's blocked down by Johnny Try. Johnny Try, a man who has 3 All-Ireland medals, the same as Jimmy Doyle and Kevin McGrath of Cork, a record for a Leinster player. The ball breaks in into the Offaly substitute who just came on. He sends it over the bar, but Offaly 2 points ahead. Adrian Cahill, number 24. But a curl to the left. It went wide. From here it looked as if it was over. The Offaly flags went up in anticipation, but from a Waterford point of view it went wide. Waterford 8 points, Offaly 2-3. Ball from the puck out in the middle of the field. It's broken out to Mark Gallagher, son of the great Andy Gallagher of Offaly, a manager of the 81 senior team. The ball that comes across, it goes to Hand, the full forward. Hand being policed by Dunphy. He's trying to go inside Dunphy. He's backing into Dunphy. Across comes Mark Sullivan and also Fergal Hartley. And Fergal Hartley picks it up and clears it. He's looking for Tom Fives. If ever a man played a blinder as Tom Fives, he has it in the middle of the field. He's policed by Charlotte Farrell, but Fives sends the ball in. He's looking for Daly. He's looking for Paul Flynn. The ball breaks about 25 metres out. Paul Flynn gets it on the second attempt, but he's hooked. There's Offaly jerseys everywhere. The ball goes across to Rigney, the centre half back. He's 25 metres out. Rigney tries to get it. He's blocked down by Anthony Fitzgerald. He gets it across to Sean Daly on his own. He must score. He does. Daly, the growler, has struck. We waited a long while. We waited 24 minutes in the second half for Daly to strike. He struck at the right time. It's Waterford 9 points. Offaly 2-3. Jim, we're going to win this one.
Yes, it looks good at this stage. I was glad really that Sean went for his point at time rather than the goal because they were closing down on him. And a point is what we need just at this stage. Now, as you say, it's even Stephen at this stage, so it's all to play for. And with Tom Fives driving the way he is, we're going to win this one, I think.
Peter Power leaps up with joy on the side as a line ball for Waterford. He hits Fergal Hartley in the back. He said, Fergal, you're playing a blinder, keep it up. 45 metres out from his own goal. Fergal is going to take the ball himself. He's a white helmet of Fergal. He hits the ball. Way across Johnny Dooley. It comes to Kevin McGrath, the colleague in Rocky. He sends it in. He's looking for Hubbard, who's gone in full forward. The ball breaks. Paul Flynn is ready to pounce. Paul Flynn comes across. Great pace by the belly gunnerman. He's 45 metres out. Flynn takes his shot. He's done it all. Yes. Over the bar. The lead for Waterford. Paul Flynn has done it. The man from Ballygunner. He has put Waterford in the lead. The blue and white flags are up everywhere. We've waited a long while for to win an All-Ireland title. 59-20. Well, it's got a cup back to Waterford. Are we going to see it today here in Nolan Park? Damien Franks with the puck out. Paurie Cohen, the Offaly mentor, is running up on the far side. Tony Medfield is there as well. Joey Carton is also there, but we follow the play. It only comes to Fergal Hartley. He only gets those far as Johnny Dooley. He hand passes on to Johnny Troy. Johnny Troy takes a shot, didn't catch it very well, but is caught brilliantly by Ray Barry in goal. The man from Passage. He gets it only half clears it as far as Mark O'Sullivan. Mark gets a boot. The ball comes to Tom Fives. Tom Fives did brilliantly to block that man. He put his hand, he put his leg, and he blocked the ball. The ball comes to the left corner forward, Oisin O'Neill. He sends a ball that goes trickling wide, but Ray Barry didn't leave it go wide, picked it up and cleared it back out in the middle of the field. Whelan puts up his hand, so does Kevin McGrath for Waterford. Kevin McGrath's having a great game today. The ball is out around the middle of the field. Johnny Brenner boots it away. The man with the green helmet, the man from Delisle, Johnny Brenner's way over on the far side. Under pressure, he takes a shot. It's over the bar. Brenner has done it. A great score for Waterford, Jim.
Just what we need, Kieran, at this stage. They've got 2 points ahead. Now they've got to get a goal. We've played about 26, 27 minutes. You tell me what it is. I don't know. We've played about 26, 27 anyway. So great score for Waterford, and this is the boost. This is what we need.
11 points to 2-3. You're listening to live coverage from association with Seabergaggy here from Nolan Park. A packed Nolan Park. A day history might be made for the Dacia. The ball is in the middle of the field from the puck out, but only comes to Fergal Hartley again. He looks for Anthony Fitzgerald. Anthony pulls it the first time to Paul Flynn, the small man from Ballygunner. Small in size but big in heart and brilliant with his skill. Paul did very well there. Kilmartin was on his back. Peter Power is down there. He's down on his knees. He's saying, lads, steady it up. We're going to win this one. We left the last one slip in the dying minutes. We've over 27 minutes gone. We're into the dying minutes of the game. The score reads Waterford 11 points. Offaly 2-3. 2 points, Jim.
2 points. I noticed Peter Power, as you say, Kieran, kneeling down over the ball, tapping the ball, taking it easy, boys, slow it down, and we've only got a couple of minutes left. Interesting to see how many minutes we will play in overtime this time.
Kieran O'Gorman's line ball. He's having a great game, the Lismore man. It breaks out to Paul Flynn. Paul Flynn takes his shot. It's over the bar again. One of the great forwards of the time. Peter Power is dancing with delight. The blue and white flags are all over the place. Yes. We've waited a long while, Jim, for this one.
We've waited our lifetime for this one. This is the one we got to win. This is the one we need. So great score there from Paul Flynn. Justified his position, justified his selection. Fair play to the selectors for giving him his chance.
Johnny Brenner has the ball. He's played his heart out. He sends the ball in low. He's looking for Anthony Fitzgerald. The ball breaks to Flynn again. It's on to Hubbard. He's on his own. Out comes the goalie though. The goalie is fouled by Hubbard. The goalie is fouled by Hubbard. The crowd stood up on their feet. It was a 50-50 ball, but the goalie Dolan did very well to come out. We've 28 and a half minutes gone here in Nolan Park. Waterford 12 points. Offaly 2-3. We're into the dying minutes of what promised to be an historic day for Waterford. Or is it 45 minutes out? Johnny Dooley hand pass on to Johnny Troy. Johnny Troy steadies himself, but he sends it wide.
That was as good as a score for us, that one. From John Troy, he sent it to the left of the goal and wide. Great play there by the Waterford defence, great covering by the Waterford defence, and also in there Paul Flynn. What a great game Paul Flynn is having.
The blue and white flags are up everywhere up down here for Waterford. In 48, Mick Stanley took the minor cup. Jim Ware took the senior, and 59, Frankie Welsh. And today, will Tony Brown add to that great list. The ball is in the middle of the field. It's Johnny Brenner. Johnny Brenner boots the ball. He's looking for Anthony Fitzgerald, looking for Paul Power. The ball goes out over the line. Tom Fives chases it. What a game Tom Fives has had. The man from Turin, and maybe one of the smallest clubs in Waterford, but has produced some great players in the past. A great day for Tom Fives, a great day for Turin. The ball is into the middle of the field. It's caught by Hafley. It's also a great day for Fergal Hafley, the man from Ballygunner. Jack Meads covers the place to be during the week if this man wins out the cup. Anthony Fitzgerald is through. He's 45 metres out. He's policed by Oisin O'Neill, who's come back to help out. The corner forward coming back 45 metres out from his own goal. It's a free out for Offaly. By my stopwatch, it's 29 minutes, 59 seconds. The game is over. We're into injury time. We're in the dying minutes of the game. Waterford 12 points. Offaly 2-3. 45 metres out. Owen Dunphy. He's played a great game at full-back out over the end line. What is it? It's held in by the Offaly players. Kevin McGrath gets to the top. It's over! Waterford are Ireland champions. We win in a long while. The final is over. The season has started out in the field. I've never seen in my life. Peter Power has been hugged. Tony Maxwell has been hugged. Joey Thompson has been hugged. A proud for the Dacia. You're a long while waiting. The crowd hits me in the back here. I don't know where I am. We're in Nolan Park. Just talking to you live from Nolan Park. The famine is over, the Dacians are back, and Waterford are All-Ireland under-21 hurling champions. The sea of blue and white is there. We waited a long while, the Port lost, the Port is out. But the great scenes of excitement. There's people dancing with joy. We waited for a long while. Johnny All got their turn last Sunday. It's the turn of the Dacia today. And my advice...